Oh, hold on. It's struggling to connect to YouTube. Why are we struggling? There we go. Okay, according to this, we are live.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 19th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining Rex Sisters. Please hit that like button. If you're on Rumble, please follow us. Feel free to leave a comment, share, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. As I promised last night, the wild man is here. He's moving furniture, and he's everywhere. So you're either going to hear me break out in Sesame Street songs. Dancing with a Whale was on right now. He's
Just don't
moving the
get us
pack and play.
copyrighted.
Yes. He's moving the pack and play and the playpen, the walker, the chairs everywhere. So my daughter-in-law is to be down here shortly, and we shall see. So that's what's going on my. I did get a hold of infectious disease called back, and I have to go back and repeat cultures and get special blood work done, and then they'll decide what we're going to do.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Yeah, so I'll probably do it in the morning. I'm probably not going to be up for going, getting a shower and getting up there tonight. So we shall see.
Sounds like a fun day.
Yeah, really, a lot. So, Jameson, hey, I'm telling you,
get over here.
He is taller than the entertainment center. His head, his eyeballs, his nose is above the entertainment center.
Well, well, depending on which entertainment center you're using, like the one we have is only 2 foot tall. I've had one that was 6 foot tall, and the TV went inside it.
This would be, I guess it's probably 3 feet. I don't know. I'll have to measure it.
He's going to be a big boy.
Yeah, he can stand and look over the pack and play. So that's pretty tall.
Yeah, and for a year old, that is really freaking tall.
Yep.
He is going to be really big.
Yep. Skinny as could be, though. So, and there goes the playpen right across the room.
That's funny. This kid's like, yeah, screw this playpen. Let me move it around.
And with one hand. That's what kills me. One hand. And then the real kick is when he reaches and he takes the chairs with one hand backwards and just pulls stuff across. The dining room chair, the bar stools. Yeah. Everything just goes.
I'm not surprised.
Luckily we have on Twilight the Cookie. Cookie Monster. Not Cookie, the wolf does. Oh my gosh. You really have to see this stuff to.
It's gone bad. It's gone bad.
He has cookie thirst for cookies. And
Billy well, at least he's not thirsting blood.
Well, but he's supposed to marry Billy. She loves him. But
they're putting that bullshit in there?
Yes, ma'am.
There was nothing about marriage or anything except when the two adults were getting married.
Nope. Cookie is supposed to marry Billy, and the wolf is trying to have her not marry Cookie because he has cookie thirst. So yeah, and Cookie is trying to control himself. He tried to control himself by exercising.
That is an extreme plot that most kids would not be able to follow.
Well, he's following it.
Well, he's watching it. Doesn't mean he understands it.
Right. And Billy actually gets on Cookie's back and they fly in the air from tree to tree. She hops on and there they go. Yep. And then they ultimately get married. And at the end, Billy goes, I love... And Cookie goes, yeah, and he's waiting for her to say that she loves him. And the wolf baked them a cookie cake, and she goes, "I love cookies," and she pounces on the cookie cake, and the wolf goes, "That's just great. Now you got cookie thirst." Yeah,
So they
Now,
basically copied Twilight.
yes, yeah. Cookie just jumped off the waterfall.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Hey, babe,
sorry. That is
we're
not
live, just so
appropriate
you
for
know.
kids.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny.
Oh my.
So, yep.
Oh,
Thanks,
well,
babe. I appreciate it.
since he's been rearranging your house and not putting
Yes.
the furniture back where it came from.
Right. He's holding on to the entertainment center right now, watching it. He really likes it.
Ugh.
There's my mom. Say, "Hey,
You
mom,
know
mom,
what?
mom."
You should have him watch the old
What?
He-Man cartoons.
There you go. Well, I started Jacob on Hulk at 2 years old, and that's how he got into superheroes.
Yeah,
He's
skip
like a
over
dog.
Sesame Street and just show him the frickin' superheroes
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yep.
Right.
Screw Sesame Street. It is insane.
It is. Well, the ones that when the guys are in I told you the grass hula hoop skirts and the coconut bras. Yeah, we don't watch those ones.
Good.
Les, I fed him lunch. He just didn't have anything to drink though, but he ate carrots, mashed potatoes, and turkey. So he ate real good. He ate breakfast too. I gave him Tylenol at 11. He started out bad. It wasn't until he got up from his nap that he was okay. So from 11 to 2:15.
Wasn't feeling good.
No, I think his other teeth are coming in.
The back teeth are definitely coming in if his ears
All
are
right.
bugging him.
Nini, kissy, bye. Nini, love you. Say bye. Say bye, everybody. Say we see you later. We take a picture tomorrow.
We love
All
that
right,
little
I love
guy.
you. All right, babe. Let him out. I'll let him in, okay? Bye, baby. Bye. All right, I shut Sesame Street off so we don't get copyrighted.
Doesn't the music from the TV don't come through, but you singing the lyrics might get us in trouble. So
Okay.
yeah.
It's hard. It's either I'm singing Christmas carols, as you know, or Sesame Street.
I know.
Oh, Wubba Wubba Wubba's on. Oh, you're lucky.
Lord.
Yeah.
I remember that one. I remember
Yep.
that one. That started when I was itty bitty, and then they remade it for the next generation.
Yep.
And yep.
That would have been a hard one to not break that.
That is a hard one not to sing. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. I absolutely 100% agree. So. Oh, Lordy.
What's going on your end?
Oh, I finally got done with that application for disability. So everyone knows. And my hands hurt because these dingbats are like, let's talk about what you've been exposed to on your work. Noises, repetitive machinery moving, and vibrations. And then I put other, and then I put in there, I've been around patients with C. diff, Hep A, flus, viruses. Take your pick.
Get in here.
Oh my God. They want to sit there and talk about work exposures. Jeez, oh Pete's. Well, explain to us what bending on your job was like. Bending next to the patient's bed to try and get blood from their arm, or moving the patients for the physical exam. Oh, what did you do any writing? Yeah, I scribed for the doctor. Basically, everything he said, I typed out.
Wait, that's funny. Did you do any writing? Oh my God, you're fucking kidding me.
Yes, lots. And lots. And lots. Most of the doctors only signed off on the note after they read it, maybe tweaked it a little. Everything, I literally write down word for word everything they said, exactly how they said it, beginning to end, everything the patient said. write these scripts. So, and the doctor signs them and gives them to the patients. I'm doing most of the writing. Hi, Blue. So
Hey,
yeah,
Blue.
and they're like, well, talk about this and that, and how many hours or minutes did you do this, that, or the other? And oh, by the way, we can't submit this. You missed a box. What box? Where? Click on the
I
little
know.
hyperlink that takes you straight to the
Yep.
box. Really? Fucking
Yep.
really? Really?
So
But I only missed
secure
one
the
thing. I only missed one thing out of that entire application.
Yep. Social
Oh,
Security wants you to go online instead of, well, one, you can't go in person anymore. You have
nope.
to have an
Have to do it online.
Yes, online, or you have to have the appointment.
Oh, we
So
can't even do it by appointment. You have to do it online or get someone over the phone where you dictate to them and they write it down.
wow,
Yeah. They don't want people in person. They really don't want people in person
that's
for some
bullshit,
reason. Unless they want something from you. Yeah,
right?
there is no going in person unless there's absolutely no other option. Like, you can even order your freaking social security card online now by scanning your ID in and your birth certificate.
Well, not only that, but you know what they're doing is they're making you take your picture. It's mandatory that you take your photo and submit it.
Fuck
So when you
them.
sign your driver's license info to begin with, or your state ID, and then they want an actual, if you're filling out the application to submit to go online, to have an online account, you have to snap a photo of yourself right then and there.
Oh, I got
They're-
lucky because I set up my account years ago and I have my .gov account from when I was doing billing and coding. So,
well,
they,
that's probably how you can get around it. But
yeah,
this is for,
I've had it
like,
since like
never had,
2014.
yeah, like I never had one, so I just did it a couple weeks ago, and that's how I
Oh,
know that. Yeah, that's what you need. Like, and
okay,
I
yeah.
needed.
See, all I got to do is update my password when it says to, and then I go from there. But yeah, I've had my .gov one for ever. It feels like it really feels like forever.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty
If I
wild.
sound far, yeah, if I sound far away, that's because I'm at the island making a cheese sandwich.
Mm, that's fine. We understand. But I got
I
blessed. My kids decided they wanted Sonic for lunch, and my son and my daughter walked up there and got the breakfast burritos from Sonic and
Yeah.
brought me back a Dr. Pepper to get through until their dad gets off of work and I can go to the store and we can actually buy some stuff to get through the next day or two. And then we're doing the spring fogging because my son pointed out there was a stink bug on the window or wall this morning. We get stink bugs bad down here.
So
Like,
do
these
we.
things swarm in the summer and fall. Like the
Yep.
springs and fall when they're first coming out and then when they're getting ready to die off. These bitches are everywhere. Like, you can't drive without hitting them or running them over. Your windows get plastered. We actually signed up for a monthly, unlimited monthly car washes because there's
Okay.
so many of these types of bugs down here. And so when that's the case, we must fog. And I saw one of those silverfish fuckers in my tub.
Oh.
Yeah. I found a meme. It was really funny, and anyone who knows me knows it's true. It said, like, the itsy bitsy spider crawled up the water spout. Out came the gun, and something about ending the motherfucker. I can't remember how it went, but it went to the itsy bitsy
Like
spider
you
thing.
shot the like you shot the spider out. Something
Hold
like
on, let
that.
me look at it. Actually, let me just go look at it. It wasn't that long ago in the that I
It's
sent
something
it
you can
out.
post. Can you put it up?
I put it up on the friend zone, where most
Yeah, but
people know me best.
put it
It
up.
goes,
Yeah, can
oh,
you put it up now?
yeah, I can share it. Hold on.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
kind of small, but I can share it. 1 second.
Okay.
Um, hold on. Nope. What is it? Where did it go? Where's my thing for that? You know what? Here, I will bring it. Oh, nope. Can I? Nope, I can't do that. Hold on one second. Give me a second, folks, while I figure out what I'm doing wrong with my life that I can't do this. Okay. There we go. It says the itsy bitsy spider came up the water spout, out came the gun, and wiped the fucker out. So anyone who knows me
About
knows
spiders.
this is
Yep.
so true.
True. Yep.
And yes, it would be easier just to flush him, but I don't want risk of him coming back. So I'll replace the toilet.
That's funny.
Just gonna
You'll
say
replace-
that. Just gonna say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said so.
Yep. That's kind of just the way it goes with me. Yeah. Fuck those mother fudgering 8-legged spawns of Satan.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyone who knows me knows it. And yes, it is epically funny for me because we need to fog the house because it started. It's already that time of year. So this weekend we're gonna have to take the time.
Yeah. Now it didn't happen last summer. Knock on wood that it doesn't happen again this summer. But you remember that I wanted to make a belt that I could strap on the bleach because I had those. I was inundated with those ants.
You had the
black
ants go marching 2 by 2. Hurrah!
Oh my God! I mean, they were on the bed. They would, I'd wake up and there'd be an ant on me. They were everywhere in the kitchen. I guess perhaps I was thinking when I think about it, they were probably moving a nest from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
they just traveled through your house because it was easier than going around it.
Yep. It was terrible. And I would come down or I would wake up and the first thing I do is I'd have a bleach bottle in each hand. And because I have an issue killing shit just because I'm afraid of them. It isn't that I don't want to kill them. It's that I'm afraid to kill them. So I would just spray the suckers with bleach.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can get those pellet guns with the salt pellets, and you can just blast the little bastards away.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Just gonna say that's something I've contemplated. I really have.
Mm-hmm. I could lay in bed and do that.
Oh yeah,
target practice.
Target and then your wall has all these little salt sprays. Oh God! Or you could technically form pellets out of diatomaceous earth with a little bit of water, and then heat them to dry solid, and then pop them with that.
Yep. I told you the other day, I picked up 7 engorged ticks off of the dog's bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bad we have ticks. We're probably going to have to spray the yard this year.
Yeah. We get them bad down here. We get the deer ticks really bad. That's how I ended up with Lyme. Was because I was traipsing through and I missed a couple that made it up my pant legs all the way to the back of my thigh.
Yep.
And it was like, yep. A couple weeks later, I'm wondering why I'm running a fever and sick. And so I go to the doctors and they look and they found the bullseye rash and the head fell off in the body fell off, but the head stayed in the leg. And shit.
That's what's dangerous. I've had the same thing happen.
Yep.
The dog has had Lyme's 3 times. When we got him, he had Lyme.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is the woods and the brush. You know what I mean? And you can't keep him from under there. So
I live in town, but we have deer wandering through town too. So the deer drop the ticks catch on to the cats that are strays or dogs that are strays that run through the yards, and the squirrels, and then they're everywhere. And it's like, motherfudger.
Yep.
And then take into consideration all the snakes we get to find around here. There was that year I found that really cute little baby snake. I don't think was that a couple, but it was like 2 years ago. And Yeah, there was a cute little baby snake in my driveway hiding under the rocks, but we had to do weed eating, so he got removed from the driveway and put into the backyard. We don't get rid of things that are not pests. After I did a little research, found out he wasn't dangerous, we released him.
We had a 3-foot gardener snake.
Oh, I love
When we
garden
first,
snakes. The gardener snakes, I love them.
Mhm.
They're fun.
when we first moved into the house, it was Eric, me, and Zach. We were all three going down to the basement. I don't know if we were working down there or what. But all of a sudden, all three of us, it was like a cartoon where we all fell back on one another, and Zach fell back on the steps because the snake was on the side of the wall, slithering down the wall. And
Uh-huh.
we all three screamed at the same time. It was epic.
I would have been like, ooh, let me grab it and have some fun. Come here, Sneaky. Let's talk. Let's go play.
Come here, Chase. Chase.
But I've
you
always
want a
liked
piece of cheese?
wildlife, no matter what.
Yeah.
As long as it's not the eight-legged spawns of Satan, I like them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
well,
right
Canada
now-
geese. But Canada geese
Yeah.
are evil. They're
They're
just
mean.
20-pound flying shit machines.
Yeah, that's all they do is they're a mess. We have them in one of our parks that is just crazy with them. Absolutely not.
I
That's
have a
maybe
vendetta
what we-
against those fuckers. I feed them chicken nuggets every chance I get.
That's where we should perhaps release some illegals since they seem to like some wildlife.
Though there was that one in Ohio, that guy carrying the Canada goose or whatever from the park home to eat it. Yeah, it was dead. I mean, I've driven through Detroit and seen a beautiful male pheasant that was really frickin' fat and tall. Like, its head came to the top of the front bumper of the car we were in. I mean, this was a big boy. And I was like, damn, I should get out and Rambo that little sucker, throw him in a bio bag, and take him home for dinner.
Oh, God.
I had a knife on me. I could have, but I'm sure that would have not gone well for the coworker.
I agree. They probably would have been traumatized.
Yeah, they probably would have. But, I mean, I grew up hunting. Seeing a skinned animal at 2 a.m. was, all right, they got a deer.
Right.
Or they got this. Or, hey, there's that. So, nope, there's a few rabbits hanging. Yeah, it did not bother me one bit. So, but, yeah, I got to remember my coworkers may not be so comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I had, we really didn't have like pheasants or ducks or anything like that. I'm not big on duck. And
I
EJ
can eat duck.
Yeah, EJ had caught a bunch. They had gone hunting. He brought a bunch home, and he made soup out of it, and that wasn't bad. But as far as like just slicing it as meat and putting it there with mashed potatoes or a potato or whatever, I can't do that.
No, I like duck. Like with certain Chinese foods, like rice and certain sauces. I like a little bit of sweet and sour or plum sauce with it. Those go good with duck. But duck is a very greasy meat. So,
Yes.
I mean, I prefer to, like, at least if you boil it or if you cook it right, where you have a drip pan beneath it and it's up elevated. And
then you can get all the grease out of it. Yeah.
Yes, then it's not so bad. Boiling, you just scrape the grease off the top. You let it cool, and then you just scrape that off, and then reboil some more. But yeah, I'll absolutely eat some duck.
And it's only recent that I have been able to eat seafood and this is so weird. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that you can kill a cow and eat a cow, but yet I think about fish with their lips pursing, sucking in oxygen, their fins going back and forth, and I'm like,
the oxygen goes through their gills, not their mouth.
Why? Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I do. It was just funny. But no, I
had that feeling from the time I was a little kid. I could never eat fish.
I was good with eating fish and stuff, but then I got burned out on it. And then I'm allergic to shellfish, so there goes anything with shells. And I've had crawdads. I've had not lobster. Lobster I didn't really even want to try. It was too rubbery looking. But
Yeah.
shrimp was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I just started recently eating shrimp. So,
Mm. I can't no more. It makes me
yeah,
sad because I like shrimp.
yeah. Yeah, I made that Cajun dish, the really hot dish that
Uh
had,
huh.
oh, yeah,
Send me some without shrimp. Ooh, yummy.
yeah. You didn't really need the shrimp because the sausage was enough, but the
Mhm.
shrimp added a nice texture to it.
Well, not even that, but it
I would,
adds its own set of nutrients separate from what
uh-huh,
sausage and chicken
that's
or
right,
anything else can add.
right.
All of our meats
So,
are important.
yeah, well, we're gonna have a meat story today, so I think it's apropos that we're talking about it, right?
Well, interesting that it kind of segued into that.
Yeah, isn't it? Maybe we should pull that one up first. You want to do that?
Which one was that?
That's the Tallarico. That's the whack job from Texas.
Not that
He,
one.
the Senate candidate.
Was it the last one?
Yes,
Oh, this guy.
yes,
Okay,
that
yeah.
whack
We'll
job.
bring that to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
if
Well,
I can
yeah.
get my hands to work.
Since we're talking about eating uh, animals and fish and all of that, Crazy B and I are going to do a deep dive into this whack job. He has some very bizarre religious beliefs that have been out there that I've seen that I just haven't brought to the to the chat, to the audience. But he has some really strange beliefs, and here's one of them. So if you want to play Crazy B, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, like
So
I
yeah,
understand why people think being vegan is a good thing. And to a degree, I am mostly a vegetarian diet because of my
right,
digestive system. But I am not opposed to eating meat.
right,
I was raised around the process, so it don't bother me.
right.
Um,
So he
yeah.
Yeah. So he's Democrat Texas Senate candidate James Tallarico is being absolutely ratioed after flipping on his stance on meat. Once claiming ending meat consumption is existential, to now wearing the Texas state flag like a skin suit while devouring a massive rib.
Okay, let's see.
We
Okay.
have, I think, heard more and more issues of animal welfare. I think not just because it's the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but also it's, as all of you know, necessary to fight climate change. It is now existential that we try to reduce our meat consumption and that we try to respect animals in
Plant
all
some
aspects of
goddamn
society.
trees.
And so I am
Wait,
proud to say that our
go
campaign
back a little bit, Crazy B, so you can hear what he says, that it's existential, and then listen to what he says.
we try to reduce our meat consumption and that we try to respect animals in all aspects of society. And so I am proud to say that our campaign has officially become a non-meat campaign. So we
Whoops,
have
sorry.
we are we
I
are only buying
apologize.
vegan products from our local
Oh my
vegan
God,
businesses.
my
Many of you know
hands.
Big Nonas. They were little Nonas,
That's
and
what I
then they
meant to do.
opened up
Pin
Rick and Nonas and
comment.
other Big Nonas. But we just got our pizza from there today. And so the point is that I think all of us, not just policymakers, but everyone, has to take personal responsibility in this effort. We have.
I was raised to respect the animals you kill. You don't waste.
Right.
You leave a portion of the animal for the wild. You use every bit of that animal that you can. If you can't use its hide, you sell it to a tanner. If you can't use all the meat, you donate it. But you
Yep.
butcher every inch of that animal, and you leave the
Yep.
entrails and stuff for the coyotes and the vultures and whatever else to
Right.
pick through. You
Yep.
don't disrespect that animal by just shooting it and leaving it and not doing anything
Right.
with it. I'm sorry. That is how you disrespect an animal.
And
Morally, fuck him.
well, I would say, and we'll go back to the moral issue, but I would also say that we do know that the meat industry has its own issues. Chickens being crowded, cows being
yeah.
crowded, and the way they're slaughtered, and
But that's why
we've
we
all
keep
seen,
saying buy local.
yes, and you've seen the undercover things where they just take them and stack them up in a frickin' pile, and a frickin' forklift is grinding your meat and stuff. So if the issue is, as you said, of respecting the animal and doing it in a more humane way, I'm all for that. I'm also for, the quick kill. It shouldn't be dragged out, and an animal shouldn't be made to suffer in any
Exactly.
means from the time they're born through the time that they're killed. Now, the other problem we have is there really isn't enough beef meat to sustain the population as it is.
But guess why? The government's made it almost impossible for local ranchers to keep up.
Yes, that's true too. Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of these farmers ended up being screwed over by the government, and they ended up having to shut it down or
Right.
sell off to the bigger companies.
The bigger companies that the conglomerates just take over, and
And
the
then
process,
you end up with your extremely unhealthy
Yes.
form of, like, the milk farm that my parents' friends owned was not one of those 4 million head of cattle and all this other shit. They had a couple hundred heads of cattle that they would put, rotate through, and as they aged out, they went for slaughter.
Right.
Like, we've had, my aunt has had cows die of natural causes. Absolutely nothing could be done about it. Just there was something with them, they keeled over. That happens, but you can't sell that meat. So they, do a makeshift butcher of the cow there, or they either bury it or burn the carcass for the sake of not spreading it to the rest of the herd. So there's a few options for that kind of stuff. But, like, most of the time, like, my aunt and uncle never keep more than 100 head of cattle. Never more than that. Because it gets to be too much to take care of. They keep it small. They keep it under control. They never breed more than they can sell off.
Right.
And to me, that's common sense.
Yep.
That's a respectful way. It's grass fed, not this forced grains, overkill fattening stuff. No steroids and growth hormone shit.
Yeah. Well, look, for example, what I told you about the goats. Okay.
Yeah.
They had to be grain fed only, which cost $50 a week. And when they went to auction, they could not be sold because they were underweight, and we were stuck with them. Like, what the frick are we going to do with these?
Because they actually need the grass and the weeds and stuff they eat to help put on that bulk and build that muscle and stuff too.
Right. And so we were.
Whoever told you guys that never really raised a goat before?
That's the 4-H club.
Well, then they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. 'Cause sorry, in the wild they eat what the fuck they want.
Right. So we were able to get them placed at the Christmas tree and pumpkin patch place that we go to every year. That we buy our Christmas trees. We went back to see them. They were, first off, they had to starve them in order for them to eat grass and other, fruits, vegetables, whatever they were going to give them. That was a process in order for them to get away from the grains that they were eating. Yeah. They were so freaking big. They were like totally different goats.
Well, because they were the size they were supposed to be.
Yes. So my thing had been, when we got the goats, I thought for sure we'd be able to give them scraps. Here's leftover lettuce. Here's carrots, apples, all of
Corn
that. We were
cobs,
not,
whatever.
not permitted to give it to them. Nope.
I would have
So,
snuck it, but like, fuck them. Proof that I
so,
didn't use grain only.
so now the issue we have is there's about 16 chickens that are 6 years old that just are not laying. And it's time for them to go. And you cannot eat them because
well, you can either let them die off naturally, which is an
Right.
option, or feed them to the dogs.
Right. Or just bury them. But the issue is we want to get more in. So they're not going to be, they're not going to assimilate.
No, you would have to keep the flock separate until they get used to each other.
Yeah. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. But so this year they're supposed to get turkeys, and we'll see how that goes. And I think I'm just going to do whatever,
is right.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't, but
so there is
meat.
Yes, we do. And so, we're considered a homestead. And if I wanted, I could have a cow or two. I could have a horse here. We could have pigs. I mean, I literally could turn this into a little miniature farm if we wanted to, which I would if I was able to get out and walk and do whatever. But that's a little bit on the difficult side. So
exactly. And that's where I'm at too. I'd love to start a little home farm type thing, but I can't physically do it. And trying to convince my family to do it is a whole nother ballgame.
So we're considering getting our own chickens, maybe 4 to 6 of them, and putting the coop down by our place. And, hopefully that would be a little bit more conducive. So we'll have to see how that all goes.
Yeah, and remember, they're going to produce a lot of eggs, but it'll taper off each year, like you know. And so freeze them while you got them.
And I'd have to look into the different species, maybe somebody...
Oh, for some that can be eaten afterwards, yes.
Exactly, yep.
And by the way, every chicken can be eaten, it might be tougher. It might not taste as good. You can still eat it. You're just going to have to get creative in how you process it.
Well, that's why I said it could be frozen and given to the dog, so,
Yep. And there's nothing wrong with giving your dogs raw, fresh meat or frozen, thawed raw meat. There is nothing wrong with it, despite what some people will say. As long as you know that there is no salmonella buildup or anything, it is perfectly fine. God. Just don't give them the bones. Chicken bones tend to tear up, break and sharpen. They'll break in fragments, and it can tear up their intestines.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah. That's all I know.
I think, So I think this whole, how quickly he turned,
he's being paid by someone.
Yes.
The climate activist. And if you really want to lower CO2, plant a bunch of fucking trees in your backyard.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh
or
my God.
go down to the Amazon and plant some stuff, When they talk
but most of our oxygen production comes from algae and seaweed.
Yes. I mean, that's all we hear about is what humans are doing to climate change, but I never hear about places that are, I mean, I know there's the plant a tree thing that you can get every year. They'll send you a tree to plant. But you don't hear the positives of what places are doing to combat climate change.
No, because everyone wants you to switch to an electric vehicle and quit eating meat and stop killing off cows and stop. Again, I agree about not having these 4,000 head of cow ranches for just the fact that it is insane. And they're just a big beef industry. They get paid to throw as many cows together in as a cramped place as possible, and then they bulk them up with whatever they got chemically.
Hormones,
and then, that's not good. Couple hundred head tops, and do it right.
Yep.
Don't do more than you can produce. And there are wild cows, just so people know. There are
Right.
wild cows that have escaped and are running around the fucking wherever, reproducing, whatever. That happens. Just like there's wild horses, wild goats, wild sheep. They
Yes.
exist in America and other countries. My main thing still, keep it in check. Keep it in the size that you can do for your community. Quit worrying about selling beef across the nation. Yeah,
Right.
you want to make more money. Well, you can make more money by charging more for proper, cared for meat, beef, animals,
That is quality food.
quality food, healthier food. You can actually get away with charging more, and people will pay for it. Yeah, it's just the greedy industry, and I mean it, they are greedy, that think they
Oh
have
yeah.
to take over the entire United States and sell everywhere.
Right.
And
I
that's
mean,
what
for
bugs me.
example, just the difference between a chicken egg, a fresh one,
And a
compared to
store
what you
bought.
buy in the store. Oh my
My God.
God.
Yes. It's been
It
a long
is,
time since I've had a fresh egg like that. Yeah.
I mean, I fantasize about having another one. That's how good, I mean, and creamy the whole thing. I can't even describe to you how good it is. And then you get this shit from frickin' Walmart or Giant Eagle, and you're like, oh my God. Like we said
Yep.
yesterday, you could have an egg from production. By the time they package it and it gets to the store, that egg could be 3 months old.
Yep. Where you could just have it in your yard
Lard, yep.
and
And
then
I
bring
mean,
it in
yeah,
and
back
you're
when
good.
World War II, when World War II happened, I believe the recommendation was 2 to 4 chickens in every person's yard,
Uh-huh.
and they wanted you to have some type of garden,
Yes.
tomatoes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could find that for next week, perhaps, and see if I don't know how that would get resurrected though.
Well, farmers that did not get sent off, or women who stayed at their husbands and took care of the farm while the husbands were at war, would
Uh-huh.
provide milk for the entire area.
Yeah.
You get it like a gallon. What was it? A couple pints a day for each person,
Something. Yep.
and
Yeah.
they would
Well.
help provide it. And then they would also team up with people to make butter and cheese, and it
Right.
was all locally done. Your
Right.
town teamed up and supported each other while the men were at war.
Right.
There is nothing wrong with doing that to this day.
And so I think that the United States we are extremely comfortable when it comes
Mhm.
to food. We have a lot of waste.
Well, people have gotten lazy. What? Okay, when
Yeah.
I was okay, let's explain. Let me go through this. When I was we were living in Michigan. We had a makeshift garden made out of different Rubbermaid totes and stuff. So after work, would come home, get the kids doing what they needed to do, go through twice a day before I leave out in the morning and before I go to bed at night. I'd go through, check all the plants, make sure they had enough water, pull off any produce that could be brought in and used, and that the kids would help with it. I'd encourage the kids before they get on the bus. Hey, let's check the plants on while we're waiting for the bus.
Right.
And oh, look at the cucumbers growing. Look at those green beans. Make it a fun thing. Get them wrapped up in it. Get them off to the school. Go off to work. Come home. Do what we got to do. But before going to bed, make sure everything is good. I was pissed
Right.
because my dog tore up the rhubarb to dig a hole to lay in my greenhouse. That pissed me off. Rhubarb is so hard to grow. It is. It is really hard to grow. And then my dog went and just dug a hole in it, right in the rhubarb patch. So, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking an hour at night and a few minutes in the morning to walk through, make sure there's no bugs getting on your stuff. And people don't want to take the time to do it. They get home from work, they sit down, TV.
Yep.
They sit down, eat, everything's in front of the TV these days. And it has been for a few decades. But luckily, my dad
yeah.
raised me, and gardens, fixing the car, everything that was done after work, chores, cars, homework, all of that was taken care of. We would be out till long after the sun set. I'd be coming in 9, 10 o'clock at night, getting up by 6 a.m. to be on the bus by 7, to the school by 8, home by 4, getting the rest done.
And that's how you
People
stay.
don't stay busy anymore.
Right.
And now that I fucking can't walk, because even though I would put in wild hours, I would still come home and do this stuff. And
Right.
it wasn't until my back could no longer bother to be a back that I had to stop. But everybody doesn't want to be active. That's a big problem with society. Yeah, the Victory Gardens. Thank you, Vanilla. And hi, Vanilla, before I forget to say it again.
Hi, Vanilla. That's right. They were called Victory Gardens. Yep.
Yes. And this is my whole thing, is like, quit being lazy. You don't got to be on YouTube from the minute you get off of work till the minute you go to sleep.
Right. And that's the thing. Not only
I didn't
is it
even know what
TV, but
YouTube
it's
was
your
until
phone.
my back spazzed out.
Yep.
Like, there's no reason for a healthy, able-bodied person to just get up and do some gardening. I still have a tomato plant in a pot. This is the 3rd year. I got to go trim it back so the new one so it can sprout again. You can absolutely, especially in where I live, you can keep a tomato plant for 3 or 4 years, and it'll be just fine. I know a lot of people who just till them down and kill them. It's like, no, trim those things back. As long as the roots are kept warm through the winter, trim them back and you're good. That's why I don't really like in-ground gardens, except for stuff that isn't yearly. But I thought tomatoes were one season, that's it. It wasn't until I moved down here, found out that you absolutely can keep tomatoes longer than that, as long as you bring the pots or put them in a pot and bring them in for the winter.
Right. Well, you do know why I like gardens, but you know why I really don't like them.
Bugs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But you need those bugs. I sent my kids to collect worms to put into the compost bin. Worms and ants. Oh, go collect them. Put them in here. And we put them in and we just till it up, make sure we didn't kill any of the bugs in the process, and just keep recycling the soil like that and put new worms in, new ants in. You need those things to help fertilize soil and aerate the soil.
Isn't there a song, The Worm? What's that song? Is it The Worms Go In, The Worms Go Out? Huh.
Sounds familiar, but it was long ago.
Yeah, it's very
long ago for me.
I think it's worms. It could be.
I know the ants go marching one by one or two by two, and that teaches counting.
Right.
But I do remember something about worms.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
yeah. But this is how you get past climate change bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. On to the next.
We just solved that problem, and we're going to do a deep dive into Mr. Tallarico and just see how crazy he is. So,
and let's hope that he does not get elected.
Yes. And why do I have a feeling he's going to? Why?
Because there are idiots that believe this shit.
Yep, because the people that move from California and the Dems that are down there in Houston and Austin, yeah, I'm not feeling real good about this guy at all.
I know.
Just like Mandami, I'm just thinking he's a whack job. That's all I'm saying. He is a whack job.
What bothers me is that people are dumb enough to fall for this fucking narrative.
Yes.
Yep. That's what really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, here we go.
All right,
next up.
Next. Okay. So today's title is of the show is Illegal Aliens in America. Also, we're still talking about the Islamization. Was that correct?
Islamization of North Carolina.
Yes. So, they're saying that North Carolina is collapsing fast. Governor Josh Stein kicked it off with the statewide Ramadan proclamation. Charlotte Mayor V. Lyons just went full throttle, signing the official Charlotte Muslim Appreciation and Awareness Month decree, calling Ramadan the sacred month of fasting, and openly thanking the Charlotte Muslim Caucus and North Carolina Democratic Muslim Caucus for their great community contributions. Greensboro, North Carolina declared its own Muslim Appreciation Month. Kerry read the Holy Month proclamation in chambers and hosted an official town Ramadan gathering. Holly Springs mayor signed his own surrender decree. This isn't random diversity. This is the Red-Green Alliance in action, Democrat politicians handing government power and legitimacy straight to Islamic networks. They're not waiting. They're actively training their activists and flooding them into local races for councils, school boards, and mayoral positions to conquer from within. Americans better wake up right now and get heavily involved in local politics. Run for office yourselves, because if you don't, they will continue to seize control. The takeover is accelerating. Your state is next. Who's next? Now here's the proclamation. Can you blow that up a little bit, Crazy B?
That's as good as it's going to get.
So this is the city of Charlotte's proclamation, saying that Islam is the second largest religion in the world, with close to 2 billion devotees worldwide and over 4.5 million in the United States, as well as the fastest growing demographic in the United States. Muslim Americans are one of the most racially diverse in the U.S., comprising African Americans, Asians, Arab, and Caucasians, and North Carolina is home to over 130,000 Muslims and is continually growing. Islamic teachings provide Muslims with inspiration, guidance, and balance in dealing with the struggles of life, as well as in advocating for compassion and benevolence towards society as a whole.
I am really wanting to see the proof of that.
Yes. Ramadan, the 9th month in the Islamic calendar, is celebrated annually by millions of Muslims throughout the United States and over 1 billion Muslims across the world. It is celebrated by Muslims as a month of selflessness through fasting, community service, charity, reflection, and additional prayers occurring at local community centers and places of worship. Now, I have videos of Muslims attacking verbally and sometimes physically those that they believe are either Muslims, or even if they're Americans, either black or white, saying that they should not be eating in front of them because it's fasting.
Okay. I gotta chime this in, and maybe
ahead.
I'm a bitch. The Catholics have that week of Lent, which not even the Catholics, just the Catholics, but other even some versions of
right?
like the Christianity.
Lutherans do. Lutherans
Yeah,
have,
and I know
yeah.
There was a Baptist church I went to that practiced Lent, even though it wasn't every Baptist church. Which, yes, is weird, but it does exist. Not one of them ever had a fit about me eating a hamburger while they were stuck eating fish or a salad.
And never. I don't recall proclamations, do you?
No, and when are we going to have a white Christian month?
Right.
Seriously.
Okay, so
when are we going to have a Jewish month?
Right. So during the month of Ramadan, I know, during the month of Ramadan, the Muslim community across North Carolina
Can
and
go fuck
particularly
itself.
in the city of Charlotte and across our great nation will collectively celebrate the revelation of the Quran and its teachings.
And this
They
is again,
also
they're cramming their beliefs down other people's throats, not
correct
freedom of religion in
of
America.
religion. Correct. We recognize the great community contributions of the Charlotte Muslim Caucus, North Carolina, and so on. There's a bunch of areas. On behalf of the city of Charlotte, it is with immense pride and honor that we recognize the contribution of all Muslim Americans. I, V. Alexander Lyles, Mayor of Charlotte, do hereby proclaim February 17th to March 19th as Charlotte Muslim Appreciation and Awareness Month, a time to honor Ramadan, the sacred month of fasting observed by Muslims in Charlotte and throughout the world. And he signed his name to it. It's a
I've worked with
proclamation.
Muslims who never behave this way. Muslim awareness, we know what they are. We know the good ones, we know the bad ones. We're aware they both exist. The ones who are more lax, like the Baptist Christians and the others, versus the over-the-top, into it ones that take it more seriously. There are ones that, like, come on. We don't need an awareness month or anything for anyone. Right. I can accept cancer.
I'm willing to get rid of all of it. If we have Martin Luther King Day, why do we need a whole Black History Month? Where's White History Month? Where's Hispanic Month?
Let's break the white history down to the different nations that we came from.
Right.
Or how about mixed breed bullshit American Month? Because that's me. I'm a little bit of fucking everything, but I was born here, and America comes first. Yeah. Everyone else comes after that.
Right. Where's Native American Month? Where is this shit?
No, you're never going to find it. Never going to find it. But I still respect all these cultures, but you're not that special that you deserve a month.
Right.
I can respect you and leave you in peace and not force you to convert to my way of believing and my choices of life. Perfectly fine. You should do the same in return. Right. We don't need this bullshit. We don't.
Right. And so, again, is it freedom from religion?
Freedom of religion? No. Right. This is not freedom of religion. We're going to force this community in roundabout ways to accept us and tolerate our practices publicly wherever we please. Well, then they better not bitch when I'm out there praying over my food in the middle of a restaurant. Or they better not bitch when I have a fucking nativity scene up for winter, for Christmas.
That's a good point. Why don't we start praying?
People used to pray publicly.
Exactly. I know they did.
There's still people in my area that pray over their meals before they eat publicly.
Right.
And they will pray out loud with the family. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. But people look at them like they're strange because
I don't.
Gone by the wayside.
Not in my area. I'm sorry, my area does it because it is old school, redneck, Christian mainly area. This is normal for my area. I apologize if it's not in your guys' area. I don't mean to make it sound that, but I do know what you mean, because when we lived in Michigan, we got funny looks for it, and people even made comments from the next booths over. And my dad's like, hey, freedom of religion. Then said amen, and we ate.
Right.
But no, in my area, that's perfectly acceptable. Nobody jumps on anyone. You're not praying over your food before you eat. We don't get that. When's the last time anyone, again, I know there's been issues with Christians in the past. I have yet to see a Christian demand some atheist pray over their food publicly in a restaurant before they eat it.
Right.
I've never seen that. Have I seen the abortion clinic bombings and people like my relative who says that we should send all the gays to California, trigger an earthquake, and watch them drown to the ocean? That is unacceptable. That is over the top. But if you believe the Bible, being gay is a sin.
Right.
So, but we can't impose that on others. They can live their life their way. God will deal with them. Because our state laws and our federal laws prevent us from going and doing this stuff.
Right.
We are not allowed to go and do that. We can recruit. We have the revivals and stuff like that where people can come in and get saved and whatever else and that. But absolutely not okay to go around and start demanding people do it. I remember in school, there was a couple of girls that tried demanding my sister's friend convert to Christianity. She was raised Buddhist. They were from India. And they went on the full fear tactic way. And they started telling her, you have to convert right now or you're going to go to hell and all this. And us being raised as a different style of Christian, no, that's not the case. And we chewed these people out for it. And again, America, freedom of religion, you're not allowed to do that. You cannot go and terrorize someone and hope that they convert out of your terrorizing them about it. Right. You can tell them what could happen. You can talk to them about what the Bible says. You cannot sit there and say what this girl said.
Right. And I think that this is like a subliminal type of terrorism almost.
I find it alarming. I don't see it as terrorism. I find it alarming that the state and the cities rolled over that quickly. I do find it very alarming. I was just told recently that there was a plantation house over in North Carolina going for, I think it was $500,000 with the, I think it was 50 acres of land. And I said, I don't give a shit. I ain't moving to North Carolina. That place is that place is going to hell in a handbasket fast. Kerosene dipped and everything. Maybe some propane tanks sitting on it. I'm not going to North Carolina. I don't care how cheap it is to buy a home there. Ain't no way. No way you're getting me there.
I think it's I told you, I feel that there's sleeper cells. I think that something's going to happen. And so I think it's a subliminal type of terrorism in a way that
it's more propaganda. They're trying to get people accustomed to what their behaviors are so they can get away with the taking over when it is the people will be docile and not fight back.
And once the takeovers are going to happen, like a Dearborn, I'm not going to say Hamtramck, then what do you do? How do you get it back?
This is going to be too late for these places. And this is again where terrorism is by definition using fear and physical attacks and harm to make people do what you want. That's by definition terrorism. What they are doing is slowly propagandizing and brainwashing the region to have a soft takeover instead of a brutal takeover. That's why I wouldn't use the word terrorist. Even a subliminal type one. Because it's not striking fear in those people.
And I can concede to that. However, once it reaches a certain point...
Well, they won't have to use violence to keep that region. Because everybody's already believing their bullshit and they can just get away with it.
Yeah.
They don't have to use violence there.
And those are going to get out. Just like they are in New York. Fleeing. So.
The people who are fleeing instead of fighting back.
Yep.
Again, I have issues when this kind of stuff happens. And like I said, and even my dad noticed it, less than 10 years ago, Hamtramck, Hamtramck, Dearborn, and Dearborn Heights, I was perfectly comfortable walking there by myself, getting in and out of the car, going into a patient's home. No problem. Now, wouldn't dare step foot there. And that's not okay. Because I know I'm not safe if I do go there. I'm going to be harassed and badgered. And it's changed that quickly. And that's what's really the scariest parts, is they move to those areas where it's already Muslim people who didn't fight but fled in the past and are too old or cowardly to fight back now. So it was an easy takeover of that community, and then they just spread from there.
Right.
They found the softest points to go. Now, North Carolina, I'm shocked that they didn't fight back on this. And I get it, it was in Charlotte. It's a big blue city. I'm still surprised that the state didn't step in on the locals on this one. That seems a little bit weird.
I thought that North Carolina was red, aren't they?
I know they used to be. I don't know about now. Virginia and North Carolina have kind of gone to the wayside of the idiots.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what it is now.
Okay.
And
All
I know
right,
you
what's
have
up next?
more on this.
Yep.
Oops. I totally did not mean to do that. There we are.
Okay, so up next is, now this is from the Wall Street
Apes.
I'm sorry, I'm still in Sesame Street mode. So journalist Cam Higbee investigates CHIRLA, CHIRLA, the organization California Democrats gave $100 million in taxpayer funds to pay for organized protests.
Are we shocked?
This building takes $100 million. Why can't he go inside of it? California Democrats have actually given $115 million. The funding is real and comes from state budgets under Governor Gavin Newsom. And then there's a breakdown of how much was given. So if you want to hit play, and we'll check this video out.
If I can get my hand to work. Why aren't... Oh, let me refresh the page 1 second. I hate this. I hate my hands. Here we go.
You work for CHIRLA? You work for CHIRLA? Gotcha, bitch. Me.
Your name?
I'm Cam Higbee.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you tell me about the $100 million?
The way
Can
they're...
she come in? I can't see.
I want to point out that the way they approach, they'd actually get more benefit from it if they acted like they were an activist looking to join versus a direct attack.
Yep.
Because now she's shut down.
Yep.
I would have done it differently.
Knows the name. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have done it differently. Just saying.
Go in.
Kind of like, wait, what's his name?
Nick Shirley one?
No, the other guy that goes undercover. He has a bunch of people. Oh, fudge. It'll come to me.
Oh,
anyway.
James O'Keefe?
Yes, James O'Keefe. He should have did a piece. They pull a James O'Keefe style.
Yep.
Public space. This building takes $100 million. Why can't I go inside of it? 100. Right here, it says if I go inside, I'll be arrested. I can't open the door.
Can't read.
Clients and employees only. Trespassers are subject to arrest. 100 million. 100. Yes, I would like to ask questions. Can I go inside? Can I go inside?
I can ask for you.
Okay.
I don't know who told you because
It says right here, I'm subject to arrest. You have a security guard.
where does it say?
Can I come in?
Where does it say
Okay.
subject to on the wall?
It says right here.
You're not very bright, are you?
That's why we didn't come in.
Okay. So did you bother asking if you can ask someone your question?
No, because you have a security guard. I don't want to get arrested.
Security guard is for protection
Right,
from
but
folks who have threatened us because of false information that you're posting.
so CHIRLA has not taken 100 million taxpayer dollars.
So that information, again, I can refer you to our director of communications if you have a specific
Yes,
question.
I'd love to talk to you.
And by the way, we are very nonviolent people. I have never threatened anyone in my life.
So the security guard hasn't threatened you either.
No,
No.
But we didn't
But
want to.
we're respecting your rules.
Okay, so I appreciate that. So if you can wait here, I can ask
Yeah.
someone if they can.
Thank you so
Great,
much.
thank you.
God, she ain't the brightest.
Thought she was going to get away from me. Hi, sir. Do you work for CHIRLA? Can you tell me about the 100 million taxpayer dollars that go to this facility and what it gets used for? No, sorry. Why not? Can you tell me why I'm not allowed to go into the building, even though it's publicly funded? 100 million taxpayer dollars, but I'll be arrested if I go inside. What's up with that? Guys, I have a question. Can you guys tell me anything about the $100 million that go to CHIRLA?
Well, there, you could go inside. They'll tell you.
It says I'll be arrested if I go inside. Do you guys know what the money gets used for, the grants?
I don't work in it.
You have a CHIRLA badge on.
Yeah, but I don't work
In what department?
in that department about the money for the grant or whatever.
So you guys don't use any money in your department?
Hi. We have a word?
Not right now.
Why not?
Well, grants from the state go there, $100 million.
Yeah, their approach definitely is
wild.
leading to the shutdown that they get.
Yes.
Hmm.
However, they do have a right. If it is a public facility, they have a right to go in.
Public schools are a public facility. If you don't have a kid there, you don't necessarily have a right to get in without being questioned. Why?
Well, you get to stop at the front desk.
Our
Right.
schools, you can't get to the front desk unless you hit a buzzer on the door.
Right.
And
so
they
the
tell you to
same thing
buzz
for
off.
here. The same thing for here. I didn't see her come back with the communications guy or say, I'll take your name and number and we'll call you back. She could have did
Call
that.
and schedule an appointment to come in.
Yeah.
That works too.
Let's see some of the comments.
Hmm. And hi, Art, by the way.
I
Their
are
501c3 status should be revoked.
uh-huh.
Okay. This is the
There's
CEO with that.
CEO.
Oh, that idiot at one. Yes, I remember
Uh-huh.
him. He made a fool of himself with Christy Noem.
Yes, he did.
I thought she's not the brightest. Christy Noem wasn't the greatest. He really made her look good in comparison.
Yep.
Democrats are aiding and abetting criminals. I've seen Republicans do this under Bush. So there's that to be considered too. Oh my God. Coalition for Human Immigrant Rights. That's what
Humane.
Humane Immigrant Rights. My God.
Yeah.
I missed
So
the E.
we pulled up the actual
Website.
Yes. So let's take a look at that.
Immigrant Champion Awards? Really?
And this kills me.
Why is this only in Spanish?
Well, it says know your rights and then immigrant.
No, this
I
is a
think it's
different link. It's in Spanish. I don't know the exact
And-
translation.
Well, I'm
but
assuming that it's
know your rights in
I have-
Spanish.
yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
But why is it only in Spanish? Where's the Arabic? Where's the Italian? Where's the Mandarin? Where's the Japanese? Where's the Swahili? Why is it only in Spanish? Why are only Spanish immigrants represented on this page? Sorry.
Let's check out the who we are.
I gotta be that bitch. Mission and history. Oh, they've been around since '86.
So they advance the human and civil rights of immigrants and refugees. They're a place for organizations and people who support human rights to work together for policies that advance justice and full inclusion for all immigrants.
It's a Catholic Church-run place.
Okay. They advocate for immigrant rights, organizing, educating, and defending immigrants and refugees in the streets, in the courts, and in the halls of powers.
No, they mean legal immigrants, not illegals, right?
I don't know. Scroll down and let's see what their story says. Oh, it does. Look, they even use the word progressive activist, founded the coalition. to respond to the passage of the Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1986 that won amnesty for 2.7 million individuals.
Reagan's mistake.
But also made hiring undocumented workers illegal.
As it should be.
In 89, they successfully advocated for opening the country's first day labor center in the U.S. 94, they led the fight against California's Proposition 187, which denied education and other services to undocumented immigrants.
Well, no shit.
In 96, they joined the Asian Pacific American Legal Center and the National Legal Center to found the California Immigrant Welfare Collaboration to protect access to safety net and health care. In 99, they established the Hate Crimes Victims Assistance. Really? What about the Americans that have been hurt?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Crazy B. Keep scrolling. So it just continues on what each year you can scroll down and see what they've done.
Every 2 years or so.
Yeah,
And then
every
it goes
year.
to every year. It went from every 2 years to every year.
Yeah, let's see what they've stopped in 20.
Well, they haven't stopped. They just probably don't have anything notable to say. Oh, but here's where Gavin Newsom designated the $175 million in COVID relief aid for undocumented immigrants.
Wow.
To 12 organizations. Wow. Oh, Lordy.
Then go ahead and click on the
Click on the what?
What we do next to who we are.
You are really muffled. Do you have your phone in your pocket?
I do not.
It sounds like it.
I do not.
Okay. Which one? Because there is 2 options.
Let's just, you pick. Oh, so they demand equity and justice to fight harmful policies and demand equity from the government. They want all rights enjoyed by citizens and immigrants in this country result from the organized work and struggle of people of color. Civil rights, women's rights, and labor rights are not a gift from those in power.
Well, I agree to that. The labor rights, the right for people to live and enjoy is not a gift from those above in power, but that doesn't work only for specific people. You know that, right? This isn't across the board.
Right. So go ahead, scroll down.
These groups piss me off. Oh, they go after youth.
Uh-huh. That's how they're getting new activists. They have the youth leadership for high school students. They're in 15 LA schools. It's called Wise Up. They're in the college students. They're in 30 California colleges and universities surrounding immigration reform. It's called the California Dream Network. Something called Unstoppable Dreams.
It's also a college program.
Immigrant families. Oh, look at that. Different ages, sexual identities, ideologies. Okay. Immigrant status.
Oh, Lord. Hey, JJ. Glad you could make it.
Hi, JJ. Thanks for being here. They have oh, look at that. They have a disaster relief fund for them. Okay. $75 million
for a one-time emergency assistance.
Yeah. For undocumented immigrants. And I never received COVID money. We didn't get any. Low wage workers. Okay. A Bill of Rights.
Oh my God.
Low-wage workers organizing.
Did you
Hey,
hear
I
about
want to
those
see
idiots at Starbucks that decided to protest? It was so fucking stupid.
which ones that they ended up closing the Starbucks down. That
No,
one.
I think there was one or two that did that. They basically fired everybody too on another, or they were talking about it, and it was over the company's choice of uniform because they didn't talk to the union first. And another says that it's too complicated for people to pick their own thing, and it costs too much for them to pick their own thing because heaven forbid you should spend 50 cents per shot of espresso added to your coffee. They
Oh my
want people
God.
to memorize 20, 30, 40 different recipes instead of just letting the person do a la carte. It was really
Oh my
stupid.
God.
Yeah. Oh,
They
they have
have a
a
rapid.
rapid response. Yup. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh my God. No, go ahead. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. And he was one of their biggest advocates. Oh my God.
Oh, and look at how the story is. On January 20th of 2021, Tony took his last breaths as President Biden adopted measures to protect immigrants, including signing executive orders and introducing a new legislation bill. They got that wrong.
Yeah.
Keep going. I want to see if it says anywhere they had a report at the end of 2025 that was at the top. Click back up. Yeah. See that 2025 year end of
Yeah. I'm
impact.
waiting for it to load.
Okay. I'm just curious because this is a group that they're being accused of.
Well, they did help with the LA wildfires. They fought ICE. They petitioned for bills and promote community love with a thank you and a
But they
donate
also,
badge.
yeah, they also are charged, however, with organizing protests.
Which
So
they
they're
openly admit to right here
where?
with the Federal Immigration Enforcement and raids beginning
Which
in
side?
this
Left
the
or right?
right side over here.
Okay.
I can't make
Okay.
it bigger, unfortunately. I
Is
tried.
that beginning in January 2025?
Hold on, let me
Immigration.
enlarge it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I can see it better this way. Yeah, right
There
here.
we go. Okay, beginning in January of 2025, immigration enforcement unleashed terror in our communities. This terror exponentially increased on June 6th of 2025 when the Trump administration began incessant, warrantless, and violent immigration raids throughout the LA region. Blatant racial profiling became the new normal. Chaos spread through LA as families were confronted by armed agents, helicopters overhead, and military presence on our street. The pain was immediate, deep, and felt in every corner of our neighborhood. In the first 10 days alone, CHIRLA received 1,677 calls reporting enforcement activity across California. 1,500 of them confirmed the presence of armed agents. Since then, those numbers have only grown. CHIRLA did not back down. Instead, we mobilized and proudly stood side by side with our community. We activated the LA Response Network and responded immediately. Led by CHIRLA, LARRN tracks every report of ICE activity, documents unconstitutional actions, and mobilizes rapid support in real time. Today the network includes 80 partner organizations and more than 1,600 trained volunteers across LA County.
This goes into the impact of litigation.
Yeah, today they responded to 17, as of today, they've responded to 17,000 rapid response activations, standing with families at their most vulnerable moments. We have
Protesting.
provided these families with immigration legal intakes, referrals, and direct representation. In the last few weeks, many of those we represent are slowly being released on bond and are back with their families to fight another day. Our Community Education and Outreach Department also met this urgency with action. Across California, CHIRLA delivered Know Your Rights workshops in schools, churches, community centers, and virtual spaces, reaching 1,050 individuals in 2025 and ensuring families understood their rights and options. And as immigrants' families suffered from wildfires and immigration raids, many families lost not only their sense of safety, but their homes, belongings, and livelihoods. CHIRLA provided disaster case management for 130 families, blah, blah, blah.
Now, if they're legally here, I have no problem with you supporting them and helping them. If they are not here legally, nope.
So, look here. So, under the impact litigation, they said, with extraordinary partners by our side, we sued the current administration for the unlawful kidnappings of our community members and the misuse of expedited removal for parolees in ways that violate federal statute. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, if only this could be for the American people. Where is services being provided for Americans?
Well, like I said, if they're legal immigrants who are working to become Americans, okay, but we're not. No, it doesn't say whether they were legal or not. Oh, they can't put that because then they'd have to admit that they're supporting illegals.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They aren't going to put that on their flyer, but it's assumed.
Okay, but if it's being said that they're the ones that are doing the violent protests.
Well, they're not saying, but they said they're standing side by side with their neighbors and this, that, the other stuff.
But I'm saying that the ex post is calling them out, saying that they spent $115 million to protest. Go back to the.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But the thing is where's their proof?
Yeah, that's the thing, is we need the proof.
And they have not provided proof.
Yes, I would like to ask questions.
Well, what they're saying is that $35 million.
No, it says right here, California Democrats have actually given $115 million to them. We know that.
Right. And there's how the funding,
That's what the funding breaks down to.
Right. And so that they did organize protests and they were also involved in migrant resettlements.
And you can protest peacefully. I mean, show me a picture of this chick right here throwing something at an ICE officer.
Right.
Or someone talking to her, getting money, and then going and doing that. That's the kind of proof that stands up in court.
Right.
Not...
However,
connecting random dots.
However, he is starting an investigation, albeit poorly, right?
Yes.
We would have done it differently, but open the books. If it is taxpayer dollars being used, then we want to know where the money's going and how it was used.
In the meantime, you can assume or you can speculate that this is what money is being used for until it's actually on paper and proof of it or bank transfers with a statement saying, yep, this is for protesting. You can't prove it in court.
You know where we can go is we can go out to I'll look at it for Monday. We can go out to charity organization
and check their tax filings say.
Yeah, I'll pull up their tax filings and see if there's anything relevant in there. I doubt it very much. Again, you're not going to admit to something that is nefarious. So,
I cannot read this.
but it's just interesting. The more that you learn about organizations that are out there, again, I'm just shaking my head.
Well, that's
all
all
the
you
money,
can really do.
all the money, taxpayer money, is
But I
going
still
to.
find it funny that most of this is in Spanish or aimed at Spanish people. But
Right.
there's a lot of Asians that immigrate to California.
Yes.
I don't see Mandarin on here. I'm going to hold to it. So much for their equity and inclusion bullshit.
Right. Is there anything else in there, Crazy Bee, that's stood out under
Oh,
the?
I'm sure there is. Oh, hold on. I gotta zoom it back in. It's still too big. I can't see. Wait, hold on. It doesn't have it on. Oh, there it is. What we do. I mean, take your pick. We could spend a week going through this.
Oh, look, they even have climate justice. Seriously? Click on that. I just got to see it. After the James Tallarico thing? Come on.
Oh, Lord. They have a bunch of big buzzwords that mean nothing when you combine them together.
What does it mean?
Life-sustaining systems. Breathe in, breathe out. There's life-sustaining system. Oh, grocery store, food, consuming. There, I didn't starve to death. Let's be a little more specific, mother, that benefit everyone. Well, we haven't gone up and smothered people. I think we're doing pretty good.
Our commitment to the intersection of climate and immigration justice gives us the unique insight of immigrant and indigenous wisdom to build a climate just future for all people and the planet.
Yeah, the Native Americans didn't overkill the buffalo. It was the white idiots that did it.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Exactly what I say. Don't take more than you need and always give back to the planet.
Oh, Lord.
The food that you do not use to eat, let it compost to fertilize the next growth. So plants are actually cannibals if you think about it. They eat their dead.
Who doesn't? I mean, I eat my dead.
These people are... They're... for fuck's sake, just grow a garden. You'll help on every way possible. You know what? Instead of cleaning your pool, let the algae grow. Have a pool for algae and a pool for swimming.
And have a pool for one of your victims.
Can you read? Yeah.
Can you hear
Can
him?
you read? Yeah.
Have a pool for the blood of your victims.
There you go. They probably do. Don't laugh.
Oh my
There
God.
Probably is.
Oh my God. And my son with his one-liners. Oh,
Why don't you read some of the
Right about now.
Buddy, we're
some of the
still live.
comments?
Give it a minute. Our JJ just put LOL. He reposted.
Thanks, JJ.
Art says, I don't know how many times you have to explain it that if they have a removal order, ICE does not need a warrant. The order of removal is enough.
Yeah, let's keep repeating it. Oh, they have green social housing. What is decommittified housing? What is that, Crazy Bee?
Organize immigrant communities to win community-led climate solutions, such as ensuring immigrants have equitable access to green and
Commodified. What's that mean? Can you look?
What do they mean by committified?
Yeah. What's that mean?
We're gonna Google the meaning right now. Hold on, folks. Paste and search. Reducing the process of reducing goods and services reliance on market exchange. So what we've been telling everyone to do. Go grow your own garden. Go to your local things. They use a big word.
Yes, I had a laugh at the one on the bottom, the Wikipedia. It's the strength of social entitlements and citizens' degree of immunization from market dependency.
Yeah, like I said, don't go to Walmart to buy chicken. Go to the Amish. Go to the local butcher. They just have a bunch of big words to explain what we've been talking about for months.
Yeah.
And or more.
That's what the beginning of the show was about.
And why did it put a question mark in between those when I highlighted just that word? You can see there's no question mark. I transferred it over to Google and there's a question mark. It's not, is that even a real word or is it a created word? And Google's like, what the fuck is this?
Probably.
I'm sorry, that's just stupid.
AI, so.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got up next?
Mike Lee said something truthful.
Yeah. Yep. He says that in every state in the union, non-citizens can get a driver's license. In 19 states, in the District of Columbia, illegal immigrants can get a driver's license as well. And he wants real election security.
Yeah. I agree.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's see what he said.
I'm trying to get my hand to work. It takes a minute.
In nearly every state in the union.
What was that?
I said he's probably going to repeat what I just said.
Yeah, what you just read. Because, creative X posts are rare.
You can apply for a driver's license as a non-citizen. And in 19 states plus the District of Columbia, you may freely get a driver's license even if you were a known illegal immigrant. Meanwhile, between 2021 and 2025, we had between 10 and 15 million people enter this country unlawfully. And so this is a gaping risk when states not only are not seeking to verify citizenship, but they are prohibited by law from doing so, so long as they use this particular procedure to register to vote. We've got a massive problem. Meanwhile, Americans overwhelmingly, like between 80 and 85% of them across this great country, believe that basic protections like voter ID are necessary, that they are
that
common
includes
sense.
Democrats.
There are countries all over the world that require this. And you have to show an ID when you do all sorts of things, many of which involve the United States government. For example, applying for veterans benefits, for Social Security benefits. Or when you board an airplane, you've got to show them to federal officials, TSA officers. You've got to show.
I walk into my local courthouse for an appointment or to go do something. They asked for my ID.
How about at the state store to get your liquor?
I actually had to give the security guard my ID to make sure I was a good person before I could go up and put in my medical excuse to get out of jury duty. I had to show my ID.
I know.
Pretty wild. But, yeah, to buy liquor, to buy anything, to buy nicotine, you have to show ID. To pick up my controlled substance prescriptions, you have to pick up, my kids have to go with their ID if I'm not there. Right. They ask to see my ID every single time, even though my kids have to sign my name for me because I can't quite reach the thingy from the little scooter. But, yeah, they have me pick up with an ID. My doctor's appointment, every time I go in, ID and insurance card.
Right.
Like, why the fuck would we not just do this for voting? I don't get it.
The Dems don't want it.
The Dems are fucking idiots because their own constituents want it. This goes to show that they don't care about their constituents.
Yeah, because they're going to have a new voter base.
If it passes, but right now there's more Republicans than Democrats, isn't it?
Yes. But we got
So
rhinos. We got Murkowski and a bunch of other, in the Senate, and we got other rhinos that don't want it to pass for whatever reason.
they benefit too.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is if they don't do this, y'all better get them the hell out of office and demand their impeachment for dereliction of duty. I'm just saying. They're supposed to do what their constituents want, not what they want.
I need them for
Fuck it. Oh. Are
I'm
you
here.
muffled? Oh, it sounded muffled
No.
again. I don't. Okay.
I don't
Sorry.
know what's going on. Yeah.
All right. Up next type of thing?
Yeah.
Oh. U.S. colleges.
Yeah, why don't you read that, Crazy Bee? I'm going to move into the other room.
Children of Iran's regime leaders are educating American students at colleges from New York to Los Angeles. Let's enlarge this. Daughter of military leader, whatever, and she's at Emory University. That's her dad over there. Oh, there's a Khamenei. Khatami
Yes.
is Mohammed Khatami. She's at Union College.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
that's not Khamenei. There's a T in it.
Oh,
Khatami.
Okay. I can't see it. I'm walking, so I'm just assuming.
Hashemi is the son of a cabinet member. Mozuma, Ebtikar, sorry, at Chicago. How are their daughters being allowed to do this if they're technically following the Quran? This is a daughter of an intelligence officer. Saeed.
You know why? Because
it works.
It's as you said earlier. It's the soft coup.
Takeover. Yeah. Yep. A medicine minister of Iran is at George Washington University, and the daughter of Ayatollah Saeed Mustafa Ahmadabadi. He's a religious leader of Iran. Ayatollah doesn't mean just that one religious leader. It's a group of religious leaders that have the title Ayatollah.
Right. Hold on a minute.
But they usually have a head one like the Pope of the Catholics.
Hold on a second. Seriously, guys? Come on. Really? Mm-hmm. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, the cats or the dog? Or the people?
The cats. The cats are basically spread eagle on the bed. Come on, guys. You got to move.
Kick them out of the way.
Oh. Seriously? Oh, I'm going to get clawed for this. Come on. Nope. We're not budging. Mommy's going to sit on you. Come on. Come on, Jekyll. Come on, hide. Oh, I know you're mad. Come on. Come on, pretty girl. Come on, pretty girl. Oh, no. We got claws in the bed. Here we go. Come on. Move. 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 Oh, sorry. If it ain't the baby, it's the cats or the dog. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the babies. Move over. All right. So go ahead and scroll down because I think there's some others that were identified.
Okay, 1 second. Family member, I need to had to text really fast. Why is Javad Zarif sons missing from this list? Okay, where does he teach at? He wasn't just any official. He served as vice president of strategic affairs and foreign ministry. So what school does he teach at?
Click on it. Maybe it identifies it.
Nope.
No? Is it in this comments at all?
Let me see. Nope. Just a bunch of people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know if I would. Oh, JJ's laughing about the cats being spread eagle on the bed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Deport them all. It's in
They're not
Arabic. I can't read it. But it's a list of the family living in the West. So how about we have it in English? So we can understand it. Or at least a language I can translate to. Or translate from. This is what they are educating death to America, enemies within. Okay. A bunch of stuff in Arabic. Deport Layla Khatami, which we talked about, yes.
right.
There's a woman saying about people getting student visas and keep posting his photo every day. What price are we supposed to pay? He went with his wife and children. He was 32. She sent her son to the United States at the same time she hates America. Yeah. I don't know. It's not in English. Half of these are not even in English. And we know about this one.
Right.
So, yeah. Who posted this original article? Oh, New York Post. Yeah.
Yes. So click on that Crazy Bee. I don't know if that popped. So the children of Iran's regime, go ahead and click on, that's today's headlines.
Yeah.
So Iranian leaders call the U.S. the Great Satan and burn evidence of President Trump in the streets. But that doesn't stop them from sending their kids here to learn and to teach. Children of regime leaders and bigwigs are at prestigious universities across the U.S., including the University of Massachusetts, New York's Union College, and George Washington University. The Post can reveal. Sources said allowing people linked to the regime to assume such influential positions could present a threat to U.S. values. And here we go again about values. And here is that.
The list.
Yeah, there's the list. I would like to think there would be a security risk, as Iranian academics have been critical in forming public opinion on the left in the U.S., essentially deceiving liberals into thinking that the regime is more progressive when it's still advancing the same hardline agenda, said Janatan Sayan, an Iran analyst at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies, a Washington, D.C. based think tank. The Post has seen no specific evidence against anyone featured in the story. The daughter of Iran's de facto leader, Ali Larijani, who was killed in an airstrike Tuesday, is a medical doctor who taught at Emory University in Atlanta. There was another doctor at the university's prestigious Winship Institute until the university parted ways with her in January, according to reports, following pressure from dissidents. I never heard of the Winship Institute. I don't even know what that is.
I am not familiar. No.
Yeah.
But I didn't go very far up the ladder of education, so I wouldn't.
I have no clue. I'll have to look that up. Go ahead, scroll down, Crazy Bee. Up, down, sideways, I don't know. There they are burning,
Bow.
Uh-huh. And
With
there's
the
a
Star of
picture. Yeah, and a picture of Trump.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And look there.
She came here for cancer treatment and then basically never left.
Right.
The very country her family condemns. Yeah. The rest of their country gets no health care, but she's special and gets to come here for cancer treatment.
Yep.
Wow, they totally are such strong Muslims. They should have let Allah take her. Sorry. She teaches mathematics at Union College. And where the fuck is that?
I have no clue.
Schenectady? Where the fuck is that?
I think that's in New York.
I might not know it. So she was president. Oh, he was president from 1977 to 2005. And while he is considered a reformist within the country's political system, dissidents say he is still part of the government that condoned human rights abuses and repressions of its own citizens. Yeah. And there's some more. There was a change.org petition signed by more than 84,000 verified people urged the Department of Homeland Security to investigate the one person's status,
right,
according to the report. Wow. This is not a personal refuge. This is this is not personal revenge. It's justice, said the petition. Said by an anonymous Iranian patriot. Oh. It's hard to say where their stances are, because they might be for the old regime or the new regime wanting to completely eliminate the old.
Mm-hmm.
So that's again, some stuff to be concerned.
So they're saying a lot of them have nieces and nephews, and it's hard to keep track of them because they don't have the same last name as the regime leaders. So they don't know how many, again, are in the country.
Still doing work for them.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it goes into the history of why.
Yep. Look at that one chick. They named her Screaming Mary by the U.S. media.
Hold on. I remember that name. There was something about, hold on. Where was it? I just saw you read it and I glossed where it was.
It's right above
at the time,
picture.
She was nicknamed Screaming Mary by the U.S. media for her intense rhetoric when delivering the regime's message in English up until 2021. How did they not know this when she came here? Why didn't they do something about it before?
And she has consistently defended hijab laws for women in the country.
It should not be by law. It's freedom of choice here.
Is that just for Iranian women? All women? Who? I'm just curious.
It should be their choice in America. There is no city in the world where you can walk naked in the streets. Have you been to New York during LGBT Pride Month?
Uh-huh.
And you won't be approached by a particular regulatory body. Sweetheart, you ain't been to some of these places. And yes, there are nude colonies that it is perfectly legal.
There's that black chick that wears those crazy wigs and
basically just paints.
Always,
Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetheart. You ain't been in America long enough then. Yeah. So basically, it's a serious concern. And this is where students are being educated by these people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And again,
no.
And again, this is where are we being overly racist?
I don't think it's racist. It's being critical of a potential dangerous change in our nation. Oh, or it says in some cases the names are different because the leaders have 6 wives and the kids are each from a different wife.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
Pure insanity. Being honest. Yeah. They don't, even people in Iran are not Iran, but other Middle Eastern countries are refusing to let their kids be educated in Western countries because of the radical Islam people there.
Yep. Do me a favor. click on that story. Iran executes a 19-year-old champion wrestlers and 2 others in a horrific public hanging.
I know there was a soccer team in Australia that they're trying to bring back to the Middle East for execution because they refused to sing the Israeli national anthem at their soccer games.
Okay, so he was executed in a public hanging on Thursday along with 2 other people who were arrested during the brutal crackdown on anti-regime protesters. His name is Salam Mohammadi, a rising star from I don't know where. He was allegedly tortured to confess to the capital crime of waging war against God, with the teen executed without a fair trial.
Wow, where are the leftists on this one?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, that's jacked up. That's really fucked up.
So then 2 others were accused of killing 2 police officers with knives and swords. Despite appeals from the U.S., the protesters were found guilty and executed by Tehran. Wow.
I'm not surprised, to be quite honest.
Keep scrolling up. Was there anything else at the bottom there, Crazy B?
Yeah, just longer, in-depth info about it and quotes from people.
Wow.
Yeah. But hey, how dare we go and intervene? But this has been a problem since the late 70s. I mean, we knew this was going to happen. And here's about the Iranian soccer team.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, there you go. The women were branded wartime traitors after they failed to sing the national anthem at the Asia Cup earlier this month, with 5 members ending their bid for asylum in Australia after their family members were allegedly threatened.
Yeah, that is terrorism, by definition.
What happened to them? Did they go to jail, or what they do?
They ended up going back. They're on their way back. I've not heard whether. I know they're going to be executed. We know that. The women are going to be executed. Plain and simple. They're going to be tortured, assaulted, various ways, and then executed.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But hey, we got Greta Thunberg and various other fucktards telling us that Iran has the right to do what it wants and be in peace. Let's keep going. What about all those women's rights? These soccer players over a fucking national anthem. Well, we have fucktards kneeling and refusing to acknowledge ours.
Exactly.
We don't execute them.
Do you know why they were? Do you know why they didn't sing the anthem?
I don't know the reasoning why. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, and they also executed somebody the day before. He was a dual Iranian-Swedish national on charge of spying for Israel. Wow. Okay. What do we got up next?
Hold on 1 second. Gotta love my earbuds. It's dying. Okay. I believe I'm back. Up next is this idiot.
Oh my God. Just hit play.
Do we have to listen to his bullshit?
Yeah, I want people to hear him.
In today's meeting, City Council approved a measure that empowers COPA to investigate if Chicago police officers violate the Welcoming City Ordinance, which prohibits all city employees from assisting federal immigration enforcement agents. This is a common sense measure that will maintain the trust that we have built between law enforcement and the community, especially our immigrant communities. In today's meeting, City Council approved a measure that empowers COPA to investigate.
Fuck him. That's
so
all I
they
gotta say.
basically they have threatened all city employees
Fire me, bye.
if anybody helps ICE on illegal immigration. This is Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson.
When are they going to get rid of him?
I don't know.
We thought Beetlejuice was bad. This motherfucker. Shit. Yeah, folks. Y'all are digging your own graves. You know that. Y'all are going to be New York next. In California.
I don't understand. I really don't.
I don't, and I'm not going to bother trying anymore.
Oh, I got a message from the White House.
I'm not going to try to understand their logic, their reasoning. They're just idiots at this point, because there is no logic or reason to any of this.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. We got a couple more tabs.
Okay.
Let's get to this next one really quick. Yeah, Chicago's fucked. There ain't no helping them. Oh.
Okay, so yesterday, almost 200 House Dems vote against deporting people who commit welfare fraud. And please click on the foxnews.com at the bottom of the picture there. It says from Fox. Yeah, click on that, and there's the article.
As much as you see it, my hands do not move that fast.
Okay.
I wish they did.
Almost 200 House Dems vote against deporting people who commit welfare fraud.
Uh-huh.
Let's find out why. And I think hit the video, maybe?
That's the welfare... Oh, let's see. Let me turn up the volume first, because it's always quiet. If it'll load.
Any minute now, Minnesota Democratic Governor Tim Walz will answer questions about his decision to end his re-election campaign.
Okay.
He broke the news yesterday.
Well, that's an old one. I'm surprised. We can listen to the article if you'd like.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta get that to close.
Almost 200 House Dems vote against deporting people who commit welfare fraud. The U.S. House of Representatives passed legislation Wednesday to crack down on illegal immigrants participating in welfare fraud despite fierce objections from most Democrats. Lawmakers voted 231 to 186 to approve the Deporting Fraudsters Act, with 186 Democrats opposing the measure. The bill, sponsored by Representative David Taylor, Republican, Ohio, would amend the Immigration and Nationality Act to explicitly define fraud as a deportable offense. Republicans said the legislation is necessary to ensure that non-citizens who steal taxpayer dollars are no longer eligible for immigration relief services or legal protections. If you admit to or you're convicted of fraudulently receiving public benefits, you are out of here on the next plane and can never return, Representative Tom McClintock, Republican, California, said Wednesday on the House floor. Democratic lawmakers largely opposed the GOP-authored bill, arguing that non-citizens convicted of fraud are already eligible for deportation. Another week, another redundant and completely unnecessary immigration crime bill, Representative Jamie Raskin, Democrat, Maryland, said during debate on the measure. Democrats also sharply criticized the measure for eroding legal immigrants' due process rights by permitting non-citizens to be deported prior to prosecutors securing a conviction. By bypassing the conviction requirement, this legislation would hand a liberal get-out-of-jail-free card to immigrants who commit fraud by deporting them without going through the criminal justice system and giving their victims a day in court, Raskin said. GOP lawmakers countered that there is no language in the bill that prevents non-citizens from being prosecuted for alleged fraud prior to removal from the country. The bill is likely dead on arrival in the Senate given widespread opposition from Democrats. Under Senate rules, most legislation must overcome a 60 vote threshold to advance to a vote on final passage. The vote follows heightened scrutiny from House Republicans on welfare fraud nationwide. The House Oversight Committee in December launched a probe into massive welfare fraud involving Minnesota's social services programs. Federal prosecutors say as much as $9 billion in taxpayer money may have been stolen in various fraud schemes and have charged nearly 100 individuals, including many of Somali descent. House Republicans have also spotlighted reporting from independent journalist Nick Shirley, who has probed alleged daycare fraud in Minnesota and California. We have already seen why action is needed, Representative Claudia Tenney, Republican New York, said Tuesday during a House GOP leadership news conference. Independent journalist Nick Shirley helped expose a massive fraud scheme, showing how organized and widespread these scams can become even when oversight fails.
So, yeah, there is a law already in place that if you are an illegal or you commit welfare fraud of some sort, you can be deported. So I can understand just enforcing the law that's already there, but it needs to actually be enforced when you have Democrats leaders that don't enforce that law or that part of it.
And that's one thing we didn't pull up was that law.
I thought you did.
I pulled up what the new.
Oh, what the new law was and who voted it down.
One. Yeah, I didn't pull up the old one.
Okay.
I'll get that for Monday.
Okay.
So that's two things I got to do.
Yep.
All right.
Let me move these. Oh shoot! My hands are being stupid again. I'm trying to move a tab over, and my hand decided to do what it wants. Okay, and then next we have this video that goes with that.
HR 556.
Whoops! Shit! My hand. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine. So this is we're not going to go through this because it's over an hour long. But if you guys are interested, this is the full hearing on the Deporting Fraudster Act that was debated by the Republicans and Dems in the Rules Committee.
Yes.
So we're just going to put that in the show notes. It'll be available if you want to take a look at it.
And then, 1 second, while I move to the next tab.
Okay, and this is the actual bill itself. And the bill makes certain acts related to public benefits fraud grounds for one, barring a non-U.S. national alien under federal law from admission into the U.S., or two, deporting the individual. The bill also makes such an individual ineligible for immigration enforcement relief, including relief for an individual in danger of subjection to torture. And then what we wanted to do was to, so specifically the bill applies to individuals who have been convicted of, admitted to having committed, or admit to acts which constitute certain offenses, such as the SNAP program, we've talked about that, fraud involving Social Security, fraud involving programs that receive federal funds, and the production of fraudulent identification documents. So that'd be our false Social Security cards, driver's license.
Yeah, all the stuff that's like already illegal.
Right. Now, again, I'm not sure. There's obviously a reason why that this bill had to come forward. We'll have to go pull what the old bill looked like. Okay, yeah. That's all I can say is, and to see what it is. But
it did pass the House, and we're just waiting for the Senate.
Right, and so then we pulled who the 186 Dems were.
Yep.
You can see the vote total and
yays and nays by each one.
Yeah. If you go up to party there, Crazy Bee, and click on that, you can sort it by Dem or Republican.
By party or state.
Yeah.
You can find your state particularly, or just those who voted no, or those who voted. Oh, there's a couple not voting.
Yep.
Oh. There's 3 not voted so far. 4.
4.
Hold on. I want to see if there's 5.
5. Yeah.
6, 7,
6,
8,
8,
9, 10, 11. Holy shit. 12.
12.
13.
Yep.
14.
14.
15.
Yeah.
15 total.
That's a lot. Why? Your ass should be voting. Why? Why didn't you vote?
Probably because they took a neutral stance so that they wouldn't piss off everybody and anybody all at once.
Well, that's unacceptable.
Absolutely. Absolutely unacceptable.
Okay.
And there was one last thing that my son suggested we watch, and before we even change topic off of the immigration stuff. I wanted to show it because it's very short, and then I don't know if we have time to get into the last 2 tabs, but that's up to you.
Probably.
Okay.
No, we'll close out with this last piece.
Okay, let's close out with this. So, there's an illegal border jumper who has become a legend. My son sent this over.
This is Zero Avenue in South Surrey, and these picturesque homes sit smack on the border. This side is Canada, across the street, the United States. No fences or concrete blocks, just a little ditch and signs warning, don't even think about crossing.
Oh, it's very secure, yeah.
And people follow the rules, except for one resident, him. Unfazed by jurisdictional authority, he is the Canadian border-jumping kitty cat.
Illegal. What? I think it's because he's got 4 legs, not 2.
Decidedly confident, ignoring the watchful gaze of border agents and that machine in the sky that's as useful as the dog as far as he's concerned. Several times a day, almost every day, he shows little interest in international law and carries on his very important work of mousing.
He's a cool little cat, keeps coming back and forth and says hello to everybody.
His name?
Louis.
Officially Louis Vuitton, like the designer, and his styling cross-border feline feats are now so famous, he's become a local legend and a social media star.
It's a bit mind-blowing. He kind of flaunts his recklessness for the law.
Now, Mr. Vuitton is particularly good at catching all sorts, and he has been known to smuggle the goods across the border and leave them on the doorstep.
I bet he did not declare them.
We're not sure whether U.S. agents have caught up with him for questioning. We do know he had no interest in a TV interview.
Doesn't go through customs. It's got a passport.
If he did, it would show the cat who turned 6 on July 1st, Canada Day.
Yes.
He got a passport.
And he just smuggles everything back and forth. My son thought this was adorable and worth sharing since we talk so much about immigration.
It's real news.
It's real news. Yes, this is absolute real news. And it's a heartwarming story that's just too funny. He does not declare every mouse he brings back, but who's going to really stop him?
Right. They got to catch him first. They got to catch him first.
Yes, they do. I'm going to give this a quick like because it is just too adorable. But we don't got to watch the last few seconds. It was one of those, we've had so much negativity, and this one was just too adorable. Way too adorable. The news in general has been negative, so.
Yes, it has. It's a good way. It's a good way to end the week for us.
It is. It's a
on a good
way.
note. Yes, and so we're after our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, way after.
Right, and so we thank you again for joining Rex Sisters. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow us. What do we call? We're calling it a poll. Is that what we're calling it?
Well,
is up on the Discord?
It's a poll, yes. And I actually had one person who said they weren't going to sign up because they thought they had to. It was a raffle. By using the term raffle, they thought they had to put money into it, and I had to explain that wasn't the case. They haven't seen the message since, I believe. I'm hoping they do see it. before it's too late. But
Okay.
yes.
Right. So
yeah.
So the poll is up if you would like to enter our giveaway of two $10 Amazon gift cards. You have to come in via the Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, please do so. What's the end date on a Crazy Bee?
April 1st is the
Okay.
closing date for the poll because it only allowed us 2 weeks. We couldn't do it any longer.
Right. So on April Fool's Day, and no, it's not a joke, there will be actual two $10 gift cards sent out. So please feel free to go up and click yes in the Discord. And with that, have a good weekend, everybody. We will see you back on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'm going to tell y'all to stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll see y'all on the next one.